the best all-in-one vibe coding tool. Check this out. Here's the app I just built today on Replit. This was just an idea a few hours ago. It generates a course on any topic and then finds the best video on YouTube for each level of that course. Whether you find this tool useful or not, I don't really care. The point is that you can now make any app idea you have a reality, and that's truly incredible. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do it yourself for any idea in 5 steps: prompt creation, app generation, UI fixes, adding user authentication and a database, and then deploying with a custom domain. Replit did agree to partner with me on this video, so big thank you to them for supporting my work. I hope you guys enjoy. Use the link below to check out Replit. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is inside Replit, and this is where you can add your prompt. But before we do that, I actually want to go inside ChatGPT. Instead of just throwing a random app idea in here and hoping it works out, this gives us a little bit more control. As you can see, I just transcribed my voice in here, but it actually coded up the entire thing, which is not what I was after. But then I clarified it and I said exactly what I was looking for, right? I specified the color palette I was looking for. Tailwind CSS has a bunch of cool color palettes that are used commonly. And then I clarified the flow here, so how I wanted the app to work for the user. Pretty simple. And then it gave us this. But then you can see with all this code here, it does a lot of things that are above my understanding. So what I asked it to do was remove all of that technical recommendation, because I want Replit to just make those decisions for me. So here I sent that message, remove those, and then it just gave a simple prompt that I can make sure is correct for what I'm looking to achieve. And then Replit can make all those other complicated decisions on its own. And then I asked it to give me a few name ideas. And then after doing a little bit of research, I realized that I couldn't use the YouTube API because of limits. So we switched to the Perplexity API. So it adapted the prompt for that, and I had it add the name into the prompt. We ended up with this prompt right here, and it really is pretty simple. So we're just going to copy this and we're going to give that to Replit. This should be a good starting place. So let's go ahead and get started building and see how it turns out. So first off, the agent here is going to analyze our prompt and then get to work figuring out exactly how to implement it best within Replit. One thing that I should note while this is working is that I've already added the Perplexity API key into Replit. So just so you know what that means, inside my account settings, there's something called account secrets. And here you can add in API keys. That way Replit can just use them in any of the apps you're building, and you don't have to inject them in later. They're just ready to be used however you want to use them across all of your different apps that you build. This is super convenient and makes building apps so much easier. If you've never done this before, you have no idea. If you want to add your own, you just click new secret here. You create a key based on what you specified in the prompt, and then you add the value here. If you're following along with this tutorial and you do want to create an API key in Perplexity, you would just go to your account and then go to API keys inside your settings and click create key. Okay, so it's done some work here. It's designed a visual preview for us. You can see it's clarified our plan a little bit, and now we just have to approve it. So this isn't interactive yet. It's still creating everything in the back end. And this is just an example of what it might look like. It's going to change a little bit potentially. Okay, so it's finished doing a lot of the initial coding. And now the next step is it's pulled the API key from my settings like I showed you a minute ago. And all we have to do is click continue to approve that connection. Okay, so it looks like it should be good to go. We should be able to just use one of these example ones here, or we can put in our own. Let's do Bitcoin and then create a learning path. We got an error. It looks like we have an issue with the API. I'm just letting it know what happened, even though it can probably already see that. Yep. So now it's going to go and fix that error for us. It's really that easy, guys. Things will go wrong in the development process here, but the AI can just figure it out. Okay, so it must have used an outdated Perplexity model. I think it's using Sonar, but it must be using an older version of Sonar. Okay, so TubeTutor is now fully working and they fixed the API integration. So I'm opening up full screen here because I just want to check the browser logs here in case we can see if there's a problem. That way we can show that to Replit. So we're going to do the same course again. Okay, so it's starting to work here. We got some errors in the console. So I'm just going to click copy console and paste those in here so Replit can see them. At least it's actually starting to populate the videos for us, which is good. We're going to make some UI improvements in a minute. Okay, so now it should be a bit better. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and generate something so we can build the course. So this is much better, I think. So instead of having those other secondary videos, we just have a refresh button, and this swaps it out for an alternative video. That should, in theory, be another viable option for each step. For each one that we complete, we can mark it, and then the progress bar is filling up. It really does look really good. So that's 6 of 6. And then we have this, which I'm not quite sure about. It says continue to advanced course. I don't think I want to include that. So instead I'll say, instead make it a congratulations box that turns green when the user completes the course. So they should remove this feature because I don't want it and it's not working currently anyways. Sweet, that's exactly what I wanted. So this looks great, guys. Okay, so let's test it in full screen here just to make sure we're happy with it. So let's say we want to learn about vibe coding. Let's generate a learning path. We've got our course. Let's build it. And now it should pull in a bunch of videos. This is so cool, guys. Honestly, like some of these AI things that you can do now, just they never get old. I know AI is overhyped, but I just love it. Okay, cool. I do notice that it's not quite evenly spaced here. So what I'm going to do is take a screenshot of one of these cards, and I'm going to give that to Replit and say, the video isn't spaced evenly in the card. There's more space on the right side, but it should be even all the way around. Okay, that should work. Okay, and now we can see it's fixed. It's just like that. It's ready to go. Okay, so now that we've created the whole user interface and we've integrated the API and made everything work together properly and everything's functional, we need to add user accounts and a database. So now let's have it do that for us. So let's go add user authentication, user accounts, and a database. That way the user can save their courses that they create into their account and come back to them later. Okay, that should be enough to make this work. So let's see what happens. In other tools, the user authentication and the databases, they're not all within the same tool. So if you're doing this in Cursor or something, you would need to go get Supabase and something like Clerk to handle users, or you could just use Supabase, whatever it is. You have to piece together different tools, and it makes it more complicated, and the AI can't do it for you because it's in all these different tools, right? Okay, so it's done, and it actually made a landing page here, which I didn't want. So what we're going to do is change the flow a little bit here. So I'm going to say, I actually don't want a landing page. I want the original page we had with a sign-in option in the top right. And I want people to be able to create their courses without even signing up. I want the sign-in functionality for when users want to come back to a course later. And when they generate one and try to save it, I want it to prompt them to create an account. Okay, so there's another prompt, and we're going to see if it can fix this for me. So this looks pretty cool, but it's a little generic. I actually prefer the simple, more ChatGPT-like interface where you can just get started right when you get up to the page. I don't want to force people to have to sign in. Okay, so now we're back to the original layout that I liked. Okay, so everything should be working now, but let's go ahead and try it and make sure. Do Bitcoin again. Let's go generate learning path, and it should work without creating an account. Cool. Build my course. Okay, so now we have the save course button up here. Click save course here. Sign in required. Perfect. Okay, so it's prompting us to do this in incognito. Okay, so we've got a course here. Let's click save and sign in. So it's using Replit's authentication here. So you can already sign in with Google, GitHub, X, and Apple. We didn't have to do any of that. It just handled that. So this is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and just do email. I need to verify my email real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on my other screen. All right, so now we're logged in. It's got my account here. So now if I create a course, it should work a little bit differently. So we should be able to immediately save it. Okay, so it's built out the course and everything is working as it should. We saved the course. We should add an option to view your course library more easily. So I'm going to say, and add a library button on the course page so that the user can go back to their saved courses. Okay, so now we're adding a dedicated library page. That way, once a user saves a course, they can go back to it and look through all the courses that they've created. Okay, so now we've got the library button here. So I'm signed in right here, and we can see I've not saved a course yet, but let's go ahead and create one. In the meantime, I do want to take that. We got to fix this. Also specify that the AI is finding the perfect videos for the user, and it will take a moment to find them. Let it get to work on that. And okay, so here's the data science course we just created. Let's click save. Course is saved. So the progress should be synced here. Let's go to library. There's our course. You can see our progress inside the course library, which is really cool. We can delete it if we want to, and we can come back to it. And they added saved courses to the bottom here. That's awesome, guys. This looks really good. Okay, so it should have fixed that step that I didn't like. So let's see if it did that. So let's go digital marketing. And let's see. Cool, so it got rid of those extra steps. Our AI is finding the perfect video for you. This may take a minute. Perfect. That way we're setting expectations because it's not instant. The AI actually has to go find the videos. So it doesn't just happen right away. We don't want to lose the user while they're waiting. We don't want them to think it's broken. So it's sourcing those videos, and now it's done. And everything was looking great, guys. Honestly, I'm really impressed with the UI here. I really didn't have to do much. Please center the check mark steps underneath the loading text. Right now they're left aligned, and I don't want that. Also, you removed the save button on the course page. I'm actually fine with that. Instead, I would like all of the courses a user creates to be auto-saved. But for a user that isn't signed in, I would like them to have the save button to be prompted to sign in or create an account. So I just threw two different requests into one message here, and it should handle them fine. So let's go ahead and do one here. Okay, so it's auto-saved, but is it in the library? It is. Cool. So now it's in our library here, and we can see our progress. Perfect. Something else I want to show you guys inside of Replit is how easy it is to actually make adjustments to the UI. If we click on this little target here, it becomes a visual editor. And if you want to change something here, you can just click on it and change it. So we could type in suggested topics instead, maybe, and click save. And it will adjust it. That's way easier than having to go into the actual code and find the text and change it. It's really, really useful. So let's go ahead and open this up in full screen again. So here is TubeTutor, right? This is what we just created. Let's go ahead and do this one more time here. Classical guitar. So it's got the intro to guitar, building our course. Okay, so here's our final version of this. Guys, I mean, how cool is this? I could never have created this a few years ago. The fact that this is possible now is so cool. Obviously, we could put a paywall on this. We could integrate Stripe as well. We could put limits on the free version. So if you wanted to sell this as a product, you could limit it to 3 courses for free, and then additional courses costs $9 a month or something, whatever you want to do. But that's literally a software as a service that you built in a day, and you can start making money from it if you wanted to. Obviously, we could make 100 more improvements to this. Now that we're at a place where it's actually usable and the user can sign in and stuff, let's go ahead and deploy the app. So we just click deploy up here. This is auto scale machine configuration. So it's going to just automatically scale the servers and everything to accommodate whatever traffic you bring to your deployed site. So we're going to go ahead and approve that and click deploy. So now it's going to figure all that out for us here, building out the app for production. Hopefully we don't get any errors. I've spent hours in Cursor trying to fix deploy errors. Not fun. Okay, so now it's deployed and we can just click this link here to open it up. And this is a Replit URL, but we can actually go in here and just buy a new domain if we want. You can manually connect a domain here if you are maybe using another tool like Namecheap or something. But if you don't have a domain, you can click buy a new domain and buy it. I'm guessing tubetutor.com is taken. We can add a dash in there and we can get that one for $12.99 if we want. It's really that easy, guys. And that's our live app. I can't believe we just built that so quickly. But yeah, that's everything you need. And it all works. All right, that's it. It's live. You can go do this too. Go build whatever your big idea is. It's possible with Replit. Use the link below to get started. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, watch some of my other ones. I'm constantly on the hunt for the best AI tools, and I share them on this channel. If that interests you, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.